What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to teach you how to do a one-footer while wakeboarding behind the boat. Some things that you will probably need are some grip tape and a shoe, and if you are riding system bindings, you won't actually need a shoe, but grip tape will definitely be helpful. A shoe is also not necessary. I guess you could do this barefoot, but the grip tape and a shoe or a system binding will help your foot grip to the board. And if you are just barefoot and you land with a bare foot on the fiberglass of the board, you could slip your foot off and drag in the water, and it could result in injury. So grip tape and a shoe or a system binding, that should work pretty good. And the tricks you will want to already know how to do before you attempt the one footer are a wake to wake jump and also a wake to wake jump with an indie grab. If you can do these tricks, I think that the one footer should be pretty easy for you. First things first, before even taking your foot off of the board or anything like that, I think you should just attempt your standard wake to wake jump, but with your front foot in the binding and your rear foot on the grip tape. Just do a nice wake to wake jump without pulling your foot off the board. What seemed to work best for me was to have my rear foot almost all the way up against the rear binding. Doing just your standard wake to wake jump should make things a little bit more comfortable before you actually attempt the one footer. Now that you are comfortable with your standard wake to wake jump with one foot on the grip tape and one foot in the binding, you are ready to attempt your one footer wake to wake. The approach you're going to want to take is exactly the same as you would on your standard wake to wake jump or standard wake to wake jump with an indie grab. So just be kind of a medium distance away from the wakes and progressively roll on the edge in towards the wakes. Now that your approach is all set up, continue that edge all the way up through the top of the wake. Be nice and squatted as you're coming into it. Stand a little bit taller off of the top of the wake to make sure you get that maximum straight up, straight down pop. You've gotten the pop off of the top of the wake. Now it is time to actually bring that board up to your hand for the indie grab, but this time you will be using your front foot to pull that board up to your hand so you can grab indie right there, while simultaneously taking your rear foot and poking it out and kicking it out behind you, doing that one footer while you're in the air. You've gotten the grab on the board and your rear foot has been off of the board for a decent amount of time. Now it is time to bring that board back under your rear foot. So you are just going to drop that indie grab while simultaneously bringing that rear foot back up on top of the center of the board. My advice would be to get your foot as close to the rear binding as possible without actually having your foot land on top of it, so you have a decent amount of width so you can land stable. Now that your foot is back on the board, you'll be able to spot the landing down below, bend your knees on impact, and just ride away. One tip I have for learning a one footer would be that you don't have to fully extend the biggest one footer ever on your very first attempt. You can just grab the board and only bring your foot off of the board slightly, and then the next time you attempt you can bring it off a little bit more, and the next time you can bring it off a little bit more, all the way until you're at the point of extending as big as you'd like. Also, I know that some of you are probably a little bit concerned about safety. I definitely agree this is a pretty dangerous trick, because if you do end up landing with only one foot on the board and the board twists around, you could tweak your knee and things like that. I don't think it is the safest trick, so this is definitely a trick to do at your own risk. I'm not responsible for any of your injuries if that does end up happening to you. However, I found that a great way to be a little bit more safe about it, if you do end up getting out of control, it's really easy just to put your feet together and get that foot back on the board, and you can find a safe place. So you can just get those feet together on top of the board, and generally you'll end up a lot safer than if your legs flailing around or you're trying to find the board somewhere else. Your feet always know where each other are, so just put them together on top of the board, and that will make things a little bit safer if you are out of control in the air. Anyways, that's how you do a 1-footer while wakeboarding behind the boat. If you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment below what kind of videos you guys want to see next, or what kind of tricks you guys want to learn next. And remember, I'll be uploading a wakeboarding video every second day forever, so make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace!